everybody, I'm Danrvdtree2000, also known as Dan2x15 on Xbox Live, and welcome to the most stupendous WWE predictions I am ever going to make as I'm getting to Wrestlemaina predictions. That's not just one, but two stupendous nights of Wrestlemania starting tonight at Saturday, 3rd of April, 2022, Wrestlemania 38. It's gonna all happen at Dallas, Texas, and this is gonna be stupendous. I can't wait for this one, and for you guys that haven't watched their predictions video before, this is how I do things. I basically have two lots of predictions. The first lot of predictions is who do I think is going to win, which is basically who WWE have booked to win. And who I want to win is for my own personal opinion. As I'm going to put on the screen all the matches for WrestleMania Part 1 and WrestleMania Part 2. First up for you in just a sec, Day 1, WrestleMania Night 1, and then after that I will predict the results for the matches of all the matches for Night 2. So let's do this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, WrestleMania Night 1 is here. We have some very big matches for you for WrestleMania Night 1. And I was going to do it the way I originally do, where I show each match and make each prediction, but I feel like there's so many matches, I cannot, it'll be like an hour long of predictions. So I'm going to do as best as I can to make them short and sweet, but not necessarily make my own predictions in between. And starting with from left to right, I would like top left to bottom right. That's the way it's the order of the matches and things that I'm going to make my predictions on. This is how we are going to do it. We are starting off with the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match as the Usos defend their titles against Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. This will be one hell of a matchup. The rivalry between those two teams has been going ever since that Roman Reigns made his entrance at one point, and even as because I think Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs were going to have like a match or a segment that they were going to do, but they were interrupted by the Usos and Roman Reigns, not just attacking him from behind saying, hey, get out of my way, this is Roman Reigns' time. So ever since then, this rivalry's been hot, and I feel like we may see new tag team champions in this matchup. It could happen. So I'm going to be very excited to see the attires here. Will we see a 1D and one and done, or will Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs hit their tag team finisher and become new tag team champions? We'll find out at WrestleMania Saturday tonight at 8 Pacific, 8 and 5 Pacific. But hey, you know, who do I think is going to win? The Usos. But who do I want to win? Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, that's going to be a good match. The next match on to come from that is Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. That match is going to be very, very, pretty much I would like to say one-sided, but I must admit, Happy Corbin can actually do a lot of damage. He's a former Money in the Bank winner. I believe he's won championships like the United States Championship at one point. He's even won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I mean, he has a lot for his name. He was even a former King of the Ring winner. So and he has the most devastating finisher in the entire WWE today, and that's the End of Days, because no one has kicked out of the End of Days, and I feel like that tonight, or it's going to be the night that the End of Days is going to be kicked out of, and it won't just be a 2, but it'll be a 1 count. Will there something happen with Madcap Moss, who won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal over on WrestleMania SmackDown last night on Friday night on SmackDown? Possibly there might be shenanigans. We'll have to wait and see. But who do I think is going to win? Drew McIntyre. Who do I want to win? Drew McIntyre. Sorry, Corbin, but you're going to lose. Next matchup, it's a tag team matchup, as it's the New Day taking on Sheamus and Ridge Holland with Butch at ringside. Obviously, there's going to be definitely some big New Day attires out for this one, and maybe even some very big attires for Sheamus and Ridge Holland. I hope but this is going to be a back and forth type of matchup. Some beats of the Bell Ring, and maybe a Unicorn Stampede. Maybe Big E can be there. Will he miss WrestleMania? Will he just come out with the New Day? We just will see. Will it be at ringside? Even the playing field? Probably not, because his neck still hurts. But this is going to be a very tough one to choose from. So, who do I think is going to win this matchup? The New Day. Who do I want to win? Also, the New Day. I don't know, maybe Ridge Holland and Sheamus might win, but I feel like that to have a big WrestleMania win and miss out, King Woods may end up. Could turn WrestleMania against Kofi, I don't know. Who knows. But this tag team match will probably be better than the next tag team match, what we've got up next, because the next tag team match that's happening tonight, it's the Mysterios, who are definitely going to come out in some really good attire, and again, they will be facing The Miz and Logan Paul. Good God, what is it with The Miz and celebrities at WrestleMania? Last year, it was John Morrison and The Miz taking on Damian Priest and Bad Bunny, and guess what? I skipped through that match. However, because the Mysterios are in this matchup, and because I want to see Logan Paul get his ass kicked, I'm not going to skip this match, because I for one, couldn't care less about Bad Bunny, because I had no idea who the fuck that was, and didn't deserve to be there. Logan Paul, on the other hand, actually has some type of boxing, MMA background type of style, so at least it'll be entertaining to see him and The Miz in some matching attires and actually properly pull off some really good moves. So this match will be very interesting. However, I think that the winner is going to be I think it's going to be the Mysterios, and I want it to be the Mysterios. So perfectly sponsored by WWE2K22, who has Rey Mysterio on the front cover. So come on, man, you can't not have them win. It's going to be perfect. Now, this next match, I don't know whereabouts on the card it's going to be, but it's going to be either really, really good or very, very disappointing. Now, there's been speculations all over on who Seth Rollins' opponent is going to be. There's one I'll get to in a minute, and there are 3 possible outcomes for me. One is made up personally by me, because possibly a lot of other people might think the same. The first one is a very unlikely return. Bray Wyatt. People seem to think it'll be Bray Wyatt for some reason, because let's face it, Seth Rollins has never, ever, and I repeat, never ever beaten Bray Wyatt, the Fiend's Bray Wyatt. So that could be a good return, but I can't see it happening. Number 2 is, Shane McMahon. Now, we saw him return at the Royal Rumble, and then after the Royal Rumble, he got released. His own, we don't know why, but it could come back and be Seth Rollins' opponent. I don't want that to be the case. I want it to be the biggest pop of the night. No, but there's been speculations that this person has been backing away, and I think you know who I'm on about. And the third speculation is that it's Cody Rhodes, who has re-signed with WWE, no doubt. Whether he'll come back at WrestleMania, on the night after WrestleMania, or on SmackDown, it will be one of those 3 shows. It'll either be at WrestleMania that he returns, or he returns the night after WrestleMania on Monday Night Raw. Either way, we will see Cody Rhodes in the entirety of WrestleMania. Who do I think is going to win the matchup between Seth Rollins and his mystery opponent? Well, if it's Bray Wyatt, then Bray Wyatt will win. If it's Shane McMahon, then Seth Rollins will win. But if it's most likely Cody Rhodes, which is 99.9% of my brain that says that it will be, Cody Rhodes will win. So, no thinking, no wanting. As much as I really would love to see Seth Rollins beat the shit out of whoever comes out, I don't know who it's going to be, but it's going to be one good surprise and good 5-minute matchup for Seth Rollins to say, told you so. Or maybe cry because his opponent is someone that he's never been able to beat or ever faced. We shall see at WrestleMania tonight, which will be watched by me, not on Sunday, and on Monday I will watch Sundays, and Tuesday I'll watch Raw, and whatever. But you get the drift. Let's get to the next matchup. It's not really a matchup, but it's a segment. It is the Kevin Owens Show. KO Mania has come round again, but this time he's hosting the KO Show. And his special guest that is Stone Cold Steve Austin. He has accepted. Now, why they've been saying it's been 19 years since he stepped inside the ring for a match. That is true, but we have seen him since then. Inside the ring, he appeared at WrestleMania 30, for God's sake. He's appeared at another WrestleMania Dallas show. I mean, come on, are you stupid? No, it hasn't been 19 years since it's been 19 years since he's had a match, but this, again, isn't a match. He's gonna show up, stun Kevin Owens, raise hell, and leave. Stone Cold will tell him off for trash mouth in Texas, and Kevin Owens will do verbal words back, but that's about it. The Kevin Owens will go for the stunner, but get reversed and get hit by the Stone Cold. The Stone Cold's done that, and that'll be the end of it. Beer bath over him, he'll go and get it off, and that'll be it. Big pop for Stone Cold at the end of the night. That's it. No predictions need to be on who I think is going to win or who I want to win, because that's pretty much it. I'm going to go on to the next matchup, and these two right here surprised me whatever they've done. I'm going to tell you, both the Raw Women's and SmackDown Women's Championship matches are going to happen on night 1. I don't know whether if Becky Lynch's match will happen after some of the men's matches or whatever. But first up, it's Becky Lynch versus Bianca Bel-Air. And then we got Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey, of course, winning the Royal Rumble and chose to face Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. Bianca Belair somehow she won the Elimination Chamber to face Becky Lynch. And both of these rivalries have gone and knocked it out of the park. Who do I think is going to win the Becky versus Bianca Belair match? Bianca Belair. And who do I want to win? Bianca Belair. Who do I want to see, who do I think is going to win the Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey match? I think it'll be Charlotte Flair. Surprise, surprise, I know, but I feel like it just makes more sense. However, and I want Charlotte Flair, because the irony is I have not forgotten how bad I would never forgive WWE for bringing Ronda Rousey into WWE, because I never liked it in the first place. I feel like most of the WWE universe has flip-flopped on how they feel about Ronda. The last time Ronda was in WWE, they were booing the shit out of her out the fucking building. How does that make any sense that you bring her back with open arms? Despite how I feel that is night one, ladies and gentlemen, and now, just like this, I'm gonna go to night two. Are you ready? And WrestleMania Night 2 is here. That's right, it'll take place Sunday on the... I'm sorry, it's the 3rd of April. Yes, it's the 2nd of April today. My mistake. It's the 3rd of April, WrestleMania Night 2, 2nd of April. Yes, it's today. My mistake. But anyway, going on to WrestleMania Night 2, here are my predictions for that. First, we have the Anything Goes. So basically, an Extreme Rules match, no disqualifications, whatever you would like to call it. An Anything Goes match, quote unquote. Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville, and yet another celebrity matchup. This would be funny as hell. I can just imagine with the big attire that Johnny Knoxville's going to come out to, and not so much of a pretty attire from Sami Zayn. It's going to be Anything Goes, and then there's going to be shenanigans from Johnny Knoxville's cast from Jackass Forever. All kind of shit and shenanigans is going to happen, and it's going to be funny to watch. So that'll be probably the first one out. And let me just say, I feel that who do I think is going to win? Johnny Knoxville. Who do I want to win? Even though I absolutely love and adore Johnny Knoxville, I kind of want Sami Zayn to win this match, because he's the professional wrestler out there too, even though it's not going to happen. So that match is going to be fun and silly and wacky to watch, but most of these matches, compared to this one, are not going to be fun to watch. But speaking of fun to watch, how fun is it going to be to watch Pat McAfee beat the living snot out of Austin Theory all over the AT&T Stadium, man? It's going to be fucking huge. It's going to be stupendous, if you will, to see Pat McAfee beat the shit out of him. He's going to come down wearing some good attire, and I can imagine so will Austin Theory. They've been pushing Austin Theory right up that freaking moon. It wouldn't surprise me if he won the Money in the Bank briefcase and cashed in against Brock Lesnar. But I'll get to Brock Lesnar in a bit, as, yeah, that's what's going to happen. No doubt about it. Who do I think is going to win? Pat McAfee. Who do I want to win? Pat McAfee. Easy pickings for this matchup. On to the next matchup, we have just recently announced that Bobby Lashley returned after having his concussion in the Elimination Chamber and losing the WWE Championship to Brock Lesnar because of that concussion. He's now facing Omos at WrestleMania. Omos has been undefeated for quite some time, and every goddamn streak, and Brock Lesnar knows a lot about breaking streaks. Again, I'll get back to him in a second. Bobby Lashley, I feel, is going to be the undefeated streak of Omos. Very, very thin chance of that happening, because who do I think is going to win? Omos! Who do I want to win? I want the almighty Bobby Lashley to win. This is going to be big. This is going to be stupendous. I don't know how many times I'm going to say stupendous in this video, but you have just heard like the 500th time. My God, if I had £1 for every time the word stupendous was said in WrestleMania itself, man, I'd be a rich man. And speaking of which, we are gonna see, man, the Street Profits. I see what I did there. Go in and Chad and the Alpha Academy take on the Raw Tag Team Champions RK Bro in a triple threat match for the Raw Tag Team Championships, and they're all gonna come down to some really good attires and some really fantastic entrances to have the really fantastic triple threat matches, near falls after near falls after near falls, double team finishes after double team finishes. But who do I think is gonna win? RK Bro. Who do I want to win? RK Bro. That is the three most devastating letters in all of sports entertainment. So yeah, the Tag Team Championships ain't going anywhere when it comes to RK Bro. However, when it comes to the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Zelina Vega and Carmella, the quote-unquote self-proclaimed most beautiful woman in WWE, or according to Corey Graves at least, they are not going to retain their titles in this triple threat matchup, as we are going to have Natalya and Shayna Baszler, Naomi and Sasha Banks, actually it's a fatal four-way, my bad, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley go after the tag team champions of Queen Zelina and Carmella. This is going to be an interesting one. Will Carmella worry about her face? Will that cost her a match? Yes. What's going to happen is that the champions do not get along. They will lose their titles because of the shenanigans to do with that. And we'll have new tag team champions. Who do I think is going to win? Well, this is an interesting one, but I think it will be Sasha Banks and Naomi. Who do I want to win? Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. So yeah, sorry to Shayna Baszler and Natalya and Zelina Vega and Carmella, or shall I say Queen Zelina, my bad. But yeah, that match is going to be good, but not as good as Edge versus AJ Styles, because this match, it should be a last man standing match or something, because this is going to be the match of the night. Forget about Bobby Lashley versus Omos. Forget about Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. Forget about the RK Bros triple threat match. Forget about the women's fatal four-way match. And even forget about Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville. Next to the Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar match with a take-all match, this is going to be the match of both nights combined. Edge versus AJ Styles. Oh, it's going to be a masterpiece. With Edge's new persona coming down to the ring like his knockoff version of Aleister Black is so great. I'm presuming this was going to be Aleister Black's new gimmick before he left. It looks like it could have suited him, but he got released. So, now Edge has got it. But yeah, this match is going to be big. This match is going to have spears, or maybe even a phenomenal forearm. Maybe bring out the spiral tap. That would be good to see. There's so many good matches that Edge has been in lately, and this new persona, I love it. I love the new gimmick. So with that being said, who do I think is going to win? Edge. Who do I want to win? The phenomenal AJ Styles, of course, and yes, they both will have some fantastic entrances and attires, 100%. But do you know who's going to give it 100%? Both Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar as the main event of WrestleMania entirely, not just on night 2, but the entire biggest, stupendous WrestleMania of all time, well, possibly, depending on how it goes. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Will Roman Reigns get Brock Lesnar to acknowledge him, or will Roman Reigns go through Suplex City and get F5'd and lose the Universal Championship? Well, spoiler alert, no, we are not going to see a brand new Universal Champion. Just because he's held that championship for so long now, I feel like they're going to make it its own thing. and will probably end up beating the entire record. Remember, they keep reminding us about the 4 people that have had longer title reigns. Pedro Morales, Bruno Sammartino, Hulk Hogan. And I forgot who the 4th man is. Carlos Colon, I think. Yeah. Carlos Colon. Yeah, it's Carlos Colon. But yeah, those 4 right there are going, their reigns, I feel, no pun intended, are going to be beaten. Because why beat? I mean, don't forget about CM Punk, who's already beaten him. We don't mention that. Yeah, why build up this big, massive thing with Roman Reigns having 4 more people to beat when he just loses to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania? Yes! And let's face it, he's never been able to defeat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Or at any time. Like I said, at WrestleMania, he defeated Brock Lesnar at Saudi Arabia, but that doesn't count. It's at WrestleMania. He has never been able to defeat him. So, with that being said, as much as I love this new Brock Lesnar, who do I think is going to win? Roman Reigns! Who do I want to win? Brock Lesnar! This is going to be big. This is going to be really exciting. This is going to be amazing. And as I kept on saying, and they're going to keep reminding you, it's going to be stupendous! WrestleMania I have probably ever seen in a long time. I hope there's no disappointments, but I feel that like any WrestleMania, there will be. At least one. So, with that being said, I'm Danrvdtree2000, also known as Dan2x15, on Xbox Live, and I hope you enjoyed my predictions. And, well, until next time, goodbye, and I'll see you at WrestleMania Night 1 review. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to watch the previous video, click on the video on the left. But if you want to watch the playlist, then click on the video on the right. Also, feel free to click subscribe by clicking on the Master Chief icon on the top.